now, Rob and Ning have been helping people across the USA with their home, money, and retirement problems. The results can be life-changing. It's all about setting a goal, strategizing a plan, and doing it right. They're ready, they're reliable, they're real, and they can help in all 50 states. Call 888-860-9530 or visit their website.
My father is in real estate, so I've always been around it, but he mainly practices in California, so I decided that Arizona was a good place for me to begin. I've always liked looking at houses and the different architecture and features, and I would go with my dad to when he would show homes, and I always knew it might be something that I wanted to do in the future. I also wanted to get into real estate because of the freedom it gives you. You can do it full-time, or you can do it part-time, or you can dedicate yourself, or however hard you want to work at it is what you're going to get out of it. My dad's been doing it for over 35 years now, so I have a pretty good role model and person to learn from. My dad's been looking for people who want to join his team. I just joined the team and learning and beginning the process here in Arizona, but it's nationwide in all the states. We're trying to get people who want to work and learn as much as they can. So my dad is looking for real estate agents and loan officers in all 50 states. And if you're looking to join the team.
Welcome back. Welcome back. You probably thought the storm hit.
Well, it did hit, Robert.
It did hit.
But we're a bad preacher because we were not prepared for that.
No, that was shocking, and we thank our staff for getting us back up.
Right.
But,
thank you so much. I know, and we apologize for the
I think what that was
Mm-hmm.
we don't listen to the bell, so they just cut us off. Right? No, but
Oh
so
my goodness gracious!
we are here. We're still discussing. We're still going to give money away.
Yes.
Right. So hopefully you didn't go away and you're still here.
Yeah. Come back. Please come back. And we apologize for this. I mean, this is live. It's just
this is live
confirmation that it's live. We're here. We're back.
This is the real deal.
Let's keeping it real.
So we're going to add another question because
but we'll take that whoever is the first one who answered that question, we'll take that.
Maybe we'll throw in another second question as a reward for staying with us.
Yeah.
Right.
The first person on the last one was Veronica Pariso.
Okay, Veronica Pariso won the first one.
Yeah. So how much is that? $50.
Yeah. So we're adding one now.
Mm-hmm. Can we do two? Let's add two more questions for
because
this.
of what happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. I think we can.
Yeah. So okay. So we're gonna what's the next question
let's just go down the three things we talked about. The other would be groceries.
Mm-hmm.
What does groceries represent in preparing for like a financial storm?
Okay, that's the second question.
Yeah.
Say that again. Ready?
We talked about having groceries for a storm, but when it deals with a financial storm, what do groceries represent?
Go answer.
Game begins in 3, 2, 1.
Grocery, food. You need to stock up groceries or food. What does that mean? Okay. While we are looking for the winner on that, the answer is reserves, or at least you need to have some money in the bank set aside
for rainy day,
for the rainy
storm
day, right? Yeah. So the answer is reserves or money or
the ability to get you through some difficult times,
right? Yeah. Okay.
What's your third question? Do one more question? Huh? Is that what you said? One more question?
Yes, one more question.
Okay. So we talked about different signs to know that we are, approaching a storm.
Mm-hmm.
What is the biggest sign? And it has to do with shopping and stuff. There's a term for it. It's called blank when prices go up. Is that too easy?
Say that again.
The term for when prices go up, and that's a sign that a storm might be coming, is called,
Right.
what is it?
Go. Yeah. So that's in the news, right? We saw that in the news that the blank went up this
And
quarter.
the blank rate
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what's the answer?
for that one?
Mm-hmm.
Inflation.
Inflation.
Yeah.
So inflation. So we have, I think, we have a winner,
Mm-hmm.
but we'll wait for our staff to declare who the winner is, and so that person will win $50.
Yeah.
It's 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭, Jonathan James. Congratulations!
Yeah.
You guys are listening. Thank you so much.
Thank you for staying through our little break.
Right. So, Robert, we have a special guest because remember we said that Keeping It Real would like to be a part of a community, especially Filipino American organizations here in the U.S. We would like to support them so that we can, support their cause. What are they doing? What are their, goal? And this guest that we have right now, they call themselves Parangal. Yeah, it's about the dancing, the culture, and all that stuff. Because I remember, Rob, when I was in not high school but elementary. I'm part of the dancing group, and there's like pandango sa ilaw. You have lights, not lights, but candle on your head, on your your hand, and you dance like that because I think it's symbolical or something like that. And so we would like to bring in Eric.
Yeah, we've had Eric on before.
Wow, Eric, that's a nice video of you guys.
Yeah, very impressive.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you
for
so much
joining our Facebook Live.
Ning. Thanks for having me.
So we didn't lose you during our break, which is good. Thank you, Eric, for staying on. And
all the segments.
Yeah. So, tell us about your group. We know a little bit about it, but share with our audience.
Sure. Again, I'm Eric Solano, Artistic Director of Parangal Dance Company. So Parangal has been in existence since 2008, located here in the San Francisco Bay Area. And the root, purpose, mission of our work with Parangal is to bridge our communities to the indigenous people of the Philippines that we work with.
That's great. And you guys sometimes travel to the Philippines and you actually interact with the indigenous people. And tell us about, some of your interactions with that.
Yes, we'll be happy to. Actually, this year we were able to go back again in Philippines with about 18 or 20 of us, along with our members of Parangal and also members or individual artists from different organizations. So we first went to Cotabato for our EPAT project, and also then followed that we went to Basilan with the Ahadas family. After that, we spent some time with Nanay Saki to learn in Zamboanga for about the Sama people for the first time and Bajau, and then we continued all the way to Bungao, Tawi-Tawi, and learned some more from Ate Norsida to to deepen more our knowledge about the Sama culture. After that, we went back to the north, and we were able to go back for the third time now with the Bauer family in Lubwagan to learn about, to continue to learn more about the Kalinga traditions, and for also future dreams and projects. And then for the first time, I've been doing myself subli for the longest time, uh, probably for over 30 years now. But for the first time, we actually finally were able to go to Talumpok, Batangas to learn about traditional subli, and then finally bringing more of learning more about the Kuntao or the Filipino martial arts um, with Brothers Hartoas Dal back in Zamboanga City. So we went to overall 6 places, really had a great time, and we've spent about over 3 weeks learning. And most of these will be able to continue practice here and share with the community, and some of them be able to show in our show in 3 weeks on October 7th.
Yeah, it's amazing, Rob, because there are they're so passionate in what they do, right? And not just the culture and the tradition. I mean, you like making it so real. You know what I mean? Because even the clothing, I understand that you're also getting it from the indigenous people, right?
Yes, but yes. So after we learn based on what our culture bearers share with us, we bring back the work here in the dance studio, work with different artistic leads and the company members, and we then create the work in, of course, in artistic form, not traditional or authentic. So that's part of the creation, and then we check back with the culture bearers in terms of how close we are to what they should be. And then, of course, part of that is making sure that we purchase this form of giving back directly from the culture bearers. So
Yeah.
also, in some way, small ways or another, hopefully, it also helps with the livelihood as well. But
Right. And you know, when we are chatting with him yesterday, there are some Parangal group that members that was born and raised here in America, and then they go, trip to the Philippines to experience it,
yes, but
because dancing is a way of expressing something, right? And so the more you know what you're trying to express, the more you will be effective and can relate that to the viewers.
yes, but so what? The few things, one of the many few things that we learn, we go to cultural immersion is we, for each of the places and elders that welcome us in their homes, villages, we spend about 2 to 3 days, and we make sure to learn about, of course, the chants, well, with the language, the chants, the songs, the music, the traditions about the attire, what they mean, when do they do them, any specific colors, and what do those specific colors mean, and for specific events, when do they actually perform them. So those are just many um, aspects of what we learn, and then also present on proscenium stage here, whether it's locally here or a show in the Bay Area, in the US, or when we have the opportunity to travel internationally.
Wow, that's amazing. Eric, we would like to thank you so much because
Well,
of your
hold on one second.
Hold on, I'm not done. I'm just
Oh.
wanted to thank him because you can feel, I mean, you can see how dedicated they are in what they do.
Oh, absolutely. But what I wanted to mention was people have the opportunity just in a few weeks
Mm-hmm.
to actually
Yes,
see
see.
the group
Yeah.
and can share in it, right? It's
Mhm.
not just a video, it's a live performance. And
Right.
Eric, why don't you share about the upcoming
How
show?
much is the ticket? Where can they buy tickets? And where is the concert? Because you said that you guys have not had performance for like what, 5 years or something?
Oh yes, our last show. We don't have a show every year, but our last
Mhm.
show was in 2018 or 5 years ago. So
That's
we're
how long it's the making, huh? The making of your show will take that long because
yes,
Well, there's a
they need,
pandemic in the middle of
and
that.
also
too.
they need to study
Yeah.
what they wanted to convey. Yeah.
yeah. So our show, we would like to invite everyone, and also you, also Tito Robert, Tita Ning, to our show if you're here on October 7th, 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. at the Blue Shield Theater, California at YBCA here in San Francisco, the city land of Ramaitursh Ohlone. So we'll be presenting inspirations, creations, living traditions from the Tarog Ati of Guimaras, Magindanawan from Cotabato, Yakan Basilan, traditions also from the Sama and the Tausug. So we'll be sharing that, and then also one of the things we've been learning also was from the Tiboli. So we're excited to share that. And one of the very special thing about this show that's very different from the other shows we've done before is this is a creation of the artistic leaders in the company that has choreographed and spent time with the artists, with the company to share and learn. So really looking forward to that and excited. And hopefully everybody come to our show on October 7th, and we're looking forward to seeing you there.
Well, we'll definitely buy tickets, right? And we'll get some. If the 7th is a tough date for me for a reason, I may be in Texas. But if we can't use the tickets, we'll raffle those.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll raffle some tickets off up until the 7th.
Right.
So we'll stay in tickets and we'll raffle them for the next. Well, we can't do the next Facebook Live. It'll be after this. We'll just buy some tickets. Yeah.
So,
No, I gotta work through all that, Eric. But we'll get some tickets.
but I mean,
That looks like a time.
Oh my goodness, yes. I mean, it's unique. I'm sure it's a unique performances of these people, and knowing what they do and how they prepare to make sure that they they were able to connect with Filipinos, especially here in America,
Right.
and keep that culture and tradition. I mean, that is just amazing. And as a Filipino, I'm so proud to be a Filipino with what you guys are doing. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you for coming on, Eric, and sharing and all that you're doing with your group.
maraming salamat po, and shout out also to Kuya Mouse and Teroda. And
Oh,
to
yeah.
you for keeping it real, for having us.
Thank
Sounds
you.
good. Thank you,
so
Eric.
much.
Thank you so much.
Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Wow, that's amazing.
I want to
Okay.
go to that show.
I know, me too.
The problem is the
Mhm.
7th, I got already, I'm going to a football
Brother,
game.
whatever,
Yeah.
whatever
Mhm.
whatever you say.
Okay.
Okay, so let's move on with the we said earlier that we're gonna go on the credit card situation. I mean, the
Mhm.
explanation,
Yeah.
because this is really interesting to me when I look
Mhm.
at people's credit card statements.
Yeah.
There's some changes that has been made from the time that there was a debt settlement like
Mhm.
10 plus years ago,
Right.
and on how now everything is being disclosed if we will just try to pay attention to the credit cards. So we would like to show you an example of a credit card statement here, right? So this is a credit card statement of a client, and according to this statement, this is pretty new. According to this statement, the new balance is 15,723, and the minimum payment is $160, right? So if you will pay attention, and obviously every creditor has its own kind or look, different look of the statement, but
They share the same information, just different format.
Yeah, different format, but all of this you will see on every kind of statement. So it will show that on this one, it says that if you make no additional charges using this card, and each month you will pay only the minimum payment, you can pay this card for 27 years, and the total amount that you will be paid off estimated is 50,023.
So your 15,000 turned into 50 by making the minimum payments and paying the high interest.
That's right. And you will do this in 27 years.
Yeah.
The mortgage, Rob, is 30 years.
That's a great plan.
The mortgage is 30 years, and credit card 27 years. And again, if you will not use this card anymore, or if you will pay 623, you will be paying the 15,000 for 3 years by paying 623, and the total would be estimated 22,419. And it says, it's interesting because it says you're saving 27,000 by doing this, right? 623 a month without using the card. You will pay this in 3 years, and the total pay up estimated so far is 22,419. If you will, come to think of it, estimated, so there's no assurance that you will end up with that, because on the second page of this statement, it shows how much would be the interest rate. And the interest rate on your credit card is adjustable. All the credit cards are adjustable, right? And if the interest rate goes up, that means that your credit card interest rate goes up too.
What is the interest rate on this statement?
It says 28%. Look, on the purchases, it will be 28%. On cash advances, 29.99%. On balance transfer, it's 28. Balance transfer is 29.99, and then the promotional and other things is 28.24%.
So think about that, right? You're paying, actually, the bank is investing in you, and you're paying them 28%.
Yes.
That's a great investment, right?
For the bank.
For the bank.
Yes.
Bad investment for the payee, right? I mean, doing the credit card and maybe going to come to Vegas, but don't gamble, and spending money that you didn't use cash for, and you build up this and pay 28% on it. That's painful.
Right.
So let's talk about that for a second, right? So as the storm is coming, like we're talking about, and you have a statement reflecting something like that, and of course, mortgage rates are higher, right? If you own a home and you're paying this and you don't see your way out, right? And the storm hits and you got that state out of balance, that's painful. Some people need to refi, right? Pull out some money on if they have room, right? Pay off those high interest credit cards and lower your cash flow.
Right. So the other thing too that I would like to talk about this is, so let's go back to that first one. Well, actually here on all your credit cards, you will see this. They are giving you a report as the credit card holder. They're giving you a report of the year to date of how much did you pay for all the fees and how much the interest rate they charge you. So if I will read this statement, it looks like this client is paid $1,652 fees. And I'm assuming that the fees is for the cash advances or the balance transfer, right? If you borrow money, cash from your credit card. But the interest charges is very minimal, 33.11, maybe because, this client does not use this card for purchases and everything, right? So that's why it's very minimal. But let's go back to the first page, right? So we said that the total payment that you will be paying this card if you do minimum payment is estimated $50,000. Let's say you pay that off $50,000. That $50,000 is not tax write off. It's not tax deductible. So it's just, it's like you keep paying and there is no benefit to you. You're just paying the credit card without benefit to you. You just use the card, but really on the tax side of you, there is no benefit. It's just the money that's wasted. Because what's going to happen is if you convert this debt into a mortgage debt, then that money becomes tax deductible. So what that means to you is you are lowering your taxable income by doing that, because now the 50,000 that you were supposed to pay becomes your tax write-off.
Yeah, if you refinance and pay it off at 15,000, don't wait till it's 50 to refi.
Right.
Do it now.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Because I mean, if we don't have really money to pay off our credit card and we continue to pay the minimum payment, your debt, your balance will just continue to go up.
Yeah.
Right. And with what's happening right now, the Fed continue to raise rates. So that means that, it's compounding. Like example, if I pay $100 today, but my true payment is $500. If I will pay $100 today, then my balance will be higher the following month by $400, and they will calculate the new interest on that balance. So it will just go up and up. And how can you recover?
Listen, they're going to cut our feet again because we go. Let me just say one thing, right? That is one person.
Yes.
So if you think about all the people with balances out there, they have an accumulation that they keep track of, a statistic of consumer debt.
Let's bring that over, right? Last month, we posted this, that according to the statistics, in a quarter, consumer raised their credit card debt. It went up all the way to $1 trillion.
Over a trillion.
Over a trillion. I mean, and we posted a question too, that how much you as a person, like me, right? How much did I contribute to that 1 trillion? Now you can answer that question, because that's how you should read your statement. You need to look at, how much I'm paying. Do I'm paying minimum payment or more than minimum payment? And what is the interest rate? And you will basically have an idea of how much you contributed from that $1 trillion worth of credit card debt.
So that graph, it's not there anymore, but I just want to say, going back to it, that graph is telling us that people are doing the minimum payments here,
I know.
right? That's the accumulation. That is like showing a reflection of all people with credit cards. If you look, people are just letting these things grow, right? They're paying the minimum, right? And we're heading into a possible storm, right? There's signs out in the ocean of something coming, right?
Right.
You don't want to be in this position, right?
Yes.
And the way you take care of it, right? Own a home, you pay it off.
Yeah, I mean, the way to attack the credit card, especially if it accumulated on you already, and you have, and on the other hand, you have a lot of equity on your property that's just sitting there, that is also at stake because of the economy, the way the economy is reacting right now, right? When the interest rate is going up, the tendency is it depresses the value of the properties, just because it lowers the real estate market, and it's hard to get buyers out there that can qualify for that high interest rate.
Well, that's exactly right. Let me just take a minute to address, financial storms are very hard on everyone, but especially the retired, right? Inflation, all that stuff. You're on fixed income, or you're near retirement, your income's going down. If you have this kind of debt and you have a home and you have equity, I would get a reverse mortgage and pay off all your stuff, right? you will feel secure going through whatever storm might come, right? By doing that, you could actually relieve yourself of your current mortgage, relieve yourself of credit card debt, and in the storm, you know, you're going to sleep nicely, you're going to eat nicely because you have taken care of some things.
Right.
But you have to maintain your equity. If you let your equity go down, the storm hits and your equity goes down, and you're not in a position then to do reverse. That's a bad place to be.
Right. And in fact, we have a success story that we would like to share with them. This client actually, this has been our client for a long time ago when they live in Daly City. And then they decided to move to Pittsburgh, rented, right? So this is their house that we did short sale long time ago, back in 2008, 2010.
During that storm.
And then rented, right, a single family home with their family, and then their credit were able to recover and own this beautiful home now.
That is a nice home.
Yeah. So, but it did not stop the story there. So let's watch the 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭.
Nabuhay ng matiwasay ang pamilya ng ilang taon hanggang dumating ang pandemya na nagdulot ng malaking problema kina Jocelyn at Leo.
A year na walang trabaho, kahit na may binibigay sa amin na suporta ng government, still not enough.
Isang taong hindi nakabayad ng mortgage sina Jocelyn at Leo. Hindi lang nadagdagan ang kanilang mortgage debt, pati mga credit cards na max out pa.
Sa 1 year namin hindi pagbayad, about 38,000. Plus yung second loan namin na about 52,000. So worried na ako. Paano natin mababayaran yung mga utang na yun? So I call na naman si Rob and Ning na humingi na naman ako ng advice ko anong dapat kong gawin. Maraming salamat. Naiyak tuloy ako. Every time na meron akong problema sa bahay, tinatawagan ko sila. Malaking tulong sila sa amin. Kasi nga, mula since then, from noong nandito kami sa Daly City hanggang nakalipat kami sa bahay namin ngayon, sila ang tumutulong sa amin. Kaya, ang laki ng pasasalamat ko sa kanilang dalawa. Kaya sana nga, mabigyan pa sila ng mahabang buhay para marami silang natutulungan, kagaya ko.
That was such a great story of the 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭. And so really what happened there, I'm sorry, Rob has stepped out for a while, but he'll be back, I promise. So the 𝐃𝐶 has a very good story to tell because, you know, in the end, the very recent transaction that we did to them is to refinance their property. They refinances their property to pay off all those debt that she mentioned. So there was a second loan, and I think there's a third loan too, and the credit card debts. And so with the equity that they have in Pittsburgh, on their new home, they were able to pay up all those debts, because when we try to calculate how much would be the payment, the accumulated debt on the credit cards, because it's too much, so it doesn't make sense to keep paying minimum payment where they have a lot of equity on the property that's just sitting there. You know, although obviously their concern too is, wait, the interest rate is on the mortgage is very high. So how can I save money that way? And when we run the numbers, like how much is they're paying now with their mortgage and then the credit card debt versus if they will convert all those debts into a mortgage, what would be the payment? When we made a good, you know, a comparison, they will actually be saving, they saved like $1,000 plus, less than $2,000 a month by doing that. Yes, the interest rate, they got a higher interest rate because it happened just recently, but still makes sense to do because ultimately their monthly payment was reduced by close to $2,000. That's why it's a very good story.
Yeah, it is. And of course that house is perfect for their family.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, the house has a big backyard. They could do what's called an ADU, add a little unit
they
there.
can,
and
right.
get some more rent. I mean, it's a perfect home.
Mhm.
If that was not their perfect home,
Mhm.
right? Because it was, the refinancing was perfect solution
Mhm.
for their situation.
Right.
That home, maybe it was a 2-story or small, and it's too small for their family. The
Yeah.
other alternative they could have done
Mhm.
was to sell that home, pay off their debt with their
Mhm.
equity, and go and get a home that's more suitable.
Right. But for right now, that home they really love, and
Yeah.
you know,
no, I'm not
I
suggesting
agree.
for Ksenia, because
Right.
that is a beautiful home.
That's correct. Yeah. So, you know, that's a home run. That's a success story. And we just thought that would be a good inspiration for everybody who's on the same page with the same boat with them.
Yeah.
You know, that there's a way. It's just a matter of, sometimes it's a decision that, it's a big decision that we need to make, but in the end, you know, you will see the benefit of doing that.
Can
Okay.
I say just something real quick? When you do refi to a higher interest rate,
Yeah.
when rates stop,
Yeah.
and they will,
Yeah, it will.
and they start to drop,
Mm-hmm.
there's a strategy there that you can just keep lowering your rate,
Right.
like almost every 6 months, with a no points, no cost refinancing, right? That every time you do that, your payment goes down. And whenever you refi, we call it a payment holiday, which means that, because of the way the escrow is, you skip a payment, right?
Right.
You don't really skip a payment, but it feels like you skip a payment.
Right. And skipping a payment is like $3,000, $4,000 a month, which is really like a savings, right?
So for Ksenia, we're going to refi them, right? So you can do it every 6 months roughly, or a little longer, whenever the rate's right. So you can do no points, no cost, and just keep taking those rates down again.
Right. Okay. So thank you so much for that story, the 𝐾𝐨𝐬 family. I mean, they keep inspiring people because of their story. I mean, they are our client for so long.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable.
Long time.
Yeah. So we heard the bell like an hour ago. So now we need to do another topic question.
It's game time.
Question. Can you ask a question about what we discussed?
Well, I have, but you want another question?
Yes.
Okay. Let me think about that.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Who is our guest today? What's the name of the group that we interviewed earlier? Ready, go. $50 for the winner.
The game begins in 3, 2,
Okay.
1.
And our winner is...
Okay, so I mean, I did not realize, because I said my question initially is who, and then
you asked about the group.
About the group. So if you answer
Either one of those,
it's Eric. It's either Eric Solano or Parangal. You win.
Yeah. And who is our winner?
And who's our winner? Jessie Lim. Jessie Lim, congratulations. Yeah, it's Parangal. I love this group. Another game, another question.
Okay. So
for $50.
So the total consumer debt of America, is it
How
1
much?
million, 1 billion,
There's multiple choice. Wow.
or 1 trillion?
Again, repeat the question.
The combined consumer debt of America, credit card debt, unsecured.
Yeah.
Is it 1 million, 1 billion, or 1 trillion?
Go.
The game begins in 3, 2, 1.
I can't imagine what would be the interest on $1 trillion.
Banks are making money on that. At some point, we can stop it.
We're over time, Rob. So we have to get going. Okay. It's out of Chinese. Okay. Who won? Let's see. The answer is $1 trillion. $1 trillion.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. That if you think about it, you know, if it's a credit card, then obviously it's earning interest, right? So I mean, I can't imagine what would that be next quarter.
Banks are making big money off of that.
Vicente Junior Pahati, $1 trillion. Good job, Vicente. You won $50, $50. So now we're gonna raffle the taggers and taggies. So this one, again, you know, if you're the tagger, you're the one who's tagging people. You can tag as many people as you want, but they need to be in the a resident of
the U.S.
And they need, both of you needs to be present to win $100 each, right? So we have 10 seconds for you to, both of you to say present to claim the prize. Otherwise, we will we're gonna try 3 times, and then if still no one shows up, then we're gonna roll over to the next month. Okay, so let's show that wheel. There you go. So these are the people that joined it. Go, let's go. Pick the winner. Oh my gosh, B, Messena, Pinpin Guevara, and Susana Pinpin Conde. I thought I saw them. You just need to say present, please.
Say present. We want to give you money.
Yeah, $100 each. Let's not roll over that next month. Oh my God. Say present. Oh no.
Oh. They probably left when our feed went down.
They're here? They're here.
Oh, they're here. Very
present. B machine. Okay. Woohoo!
Just in time.
My heart is pounding like this. We want to give that away. Okay, congratulations, Susana and B Messena. Congratulations. So both of you won $100 each. And then we're now going to the next and the last part of this Facebook Live. Question and answer.
Okay. Questions and answer. We do not know.
No more games. Okay. Sorry, I was just talking. Okay. We have a question. And by the way, while we are trying to see what the question is, if you have any questions to us or in general, yeah, please, you can
submit them.
You can message us or text or get a phone, call us.
Call us.
And we would love to answer that.
What does that question say?
Okay, the question is, this is from the inbox. What's the best way to pay off all my debt? Wow, that's a great question.
That's not an easy question to answer because we don't know what kind of debt it is, right? So does that mean pay off your house as well as your credit cards and your car loans? I would say that the best debt to have is home debt.
Yeah,
right?
Mortgage debt.
Mortgage debt is debt that I consider okay.
Yeah, and the reason is, let me just say sorry, but the reason is because the interest that you pay on that mortgage is tax deductible.
Well, that's it. And plus, it's lower than consumer debt, right? So paying off all your debt, I would use my home if I could to do that, whether it's a car loan. Now, some car loans have very, very low.
Yeah, zero interest.
Not as much anymore, but they used to have 0 and 0.9. fine.
Yeah.
So a good way is to take some of your equity and pay it off. And then you can make extra payments. We did a spreadsheet where with 3 extra payments of principal and interest,
you can pay it off
15 years.
Right. Also, so my take on this, I mean, I heard, I've learned this from one of a financial advisor that maybe the way to pay off your debt is just start from the minimum, whatever is the less credit card debt that you have, you can pay that off first, and then, you progress.
That's called momentum. You want to build momentum.
Right.
Yeah,
So
that's one strategy.
yeah. So let's say example, if you have a credit card debt of $200 and then $500 and $1,000, you would like to pay up first the $200 because that's easier. And then later on, you try to pay off the $500 and then
Use those payments to pay off the $1,000.
and then pay off $1,000. So you start from the easiest to pay off. Yeah. And then you go to the big ones. And, I mean, it's easy to, we just pay credit cards, right? Easy to use credit card. But really, we just need to be cautious about it because the interest rate, as we saw,
it's crazy,
can be up to almost 30%.
So a lot of our purchases should be cash, not credit cards.
Well,
credit cards have a place.
I would suggest to use credit card when you purchase and not use cash, but make sure that you pay it off.
Well, that's true.
At the end of the year because it builds credit.
Okay.
Robert, we are so over time, and because of the
no more questions,
technical difficulties that we had, and we apologize
for that.
We're so excited today, actually, because we thought it's a great information to have. But it's it's live, so we don't know what's gonna happen.
Well, one thing we could do also, and not right now, but just a suggestion is, people could send in a topic they would like for us to discuss.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah. Because we've been wanting to be like whatever is the current events or whatever is what's happening around us, we would like to just be relevant. And so that's why sometimes it's hard to put together a topic just because there's too many things going on. But obviously, we want something that we all can learn from, know.
And then just also the other thing that's upcoming, and it's in probably December, January, is season 4 of Keeping It Real with Rob and Ning.
Right.
Will be coming out.
Yes.
We had clients yesterday asking, we want you back on quickly. So we got to get season 4 completed, and then we'll be on.
We would like to continue to inspire people with people's success story, and we're so thankful that some clients are willing to share their success story and how they were able to navigate this life, this crazy life, right?
Yeah.
But and we all need inspiration. That's why we would like to continue our show, Keeping It Real with Rob and Ning. We'll coming back soon on TFC, and we're taping a lot of those good stories. Yeah. Okay, goodbye.
Just
goodbye.
Like that?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. So in the meantime, give us a call.
Yeah.
All right. Reach out to us if you have questions or you need help. Also, join us again next month.
Yeah.
And do we have the date yet?
October 28th, because this time we would like to promote the Film Chamber of Nevada, the Phil American Chamber of Nevada. They have a big event here in Las Vegas, and so we would like to feature them. So that would be exciting.
Yeah.
There would be a little change. We're probably not here in the office, but we'd like to see them.
If you need an in-person meeting with us, we're in California or in Vegas or wherever, give us a call, and we'd be more than happy to meet with you.
Sounds good.
So, Ning, nice hair, I guess. Yeah, bangs. Very good for you. But until next time, October 28th, we're going to be busy, but we're happy to answer their calls.
Yeah, and don't forget, taggers and taggies. I love this concept. So, I mean, it's open for the next 30 days. So the more you tag, the more chances of winning. You can tag hundreds and be one tagger. That's
right.
fine, for as long as they're the taggy lives in the US. So, and then watch out for the topic question so that you can be part of the
and we'll see you next month. But until then, bye.
For over 15 years now, Rob and Ning have been helping people across the USA with their home, money, and retirement problems. The results can be life-changing.